And hello. It's Curt and Jen in the morning.
I'm freaking out because we have so many things to talk about today.
We need to get right to it quickly. But first of all, happy Friday. Say it.
Happy Friday! Going into a 3-day weekend for some because MLK Day is on Monday.
So do we want to get? Well, I tell you what. Here's what's coming up on the big program.
Wait,
right?
Can I first say happy birthday to Ryley?
Yeah, I was
my
gonna come
oldest
back to
daughter on
that.
Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
That's it. Happy birthday, Ryley. Her birthday's on Sunday. She's turning 21, my little baby. What? Okay, go.
How to tell if you're the favorite child. It turns out that parents do have favorite children, and this is a way for you to know if you are the favorite child.
The least licked body parts. Curt Cruz put that one in there just for the record.
Okayed it.
And I found out I'm in the 1% of Americans for something.
And the silliest ways that you've injured yourself. That was the question of the day for yesterday. So we'll get to all that
Plus
today
a whole lot
on
more.
the big program.
Thank you for being here, by the way, and letting us be part of your day. Please like, follow, subscribe, all the things. It helps us, for real. It helps us so much.
No question about that. Now, starting off with, we always hate to pass along people who have passed.
Two people died yesterday.
Well, more than that.
Well, I mean, yeah, two very big people.
Maybe only 2 people died yesterday.
No, that's not true.
Former Major League Baseball player and actor Bob Eucker, who you probably remember as the broadcaster from the movie Major League. He passed away yesterday due to lung cancer. He was 90. That's a long life.
Yeah, that's a good long life. I like that.
He was, he was in Major League. He was also, he had that, I think he first came to fame because he was a baseball player, but not a really great baseball player. But he sort of came to fame in the 80s. He had that Miller Lite commercial where he's like, ooh, I must be in the front row.
I must be in the front row.
Yeah, I think people knew him for that as well.
And I couldn't even believe when I saw this morning because I must have missed it last night unless he died last night. Anyway, David Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
78 years old, died yesterday after battling emphysema from years of smoking. That does it to you.
David Lynch responsible for, he was, when I was growing up, he was the guy that did the, quote, weird movies, right? Because he did Eraserhead, Elephant Man, Blue Velvet, which was, have you ever seen Blue
I didn't
Velvet?
know he did Elephant Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wild at Heart with a young Nicolas Cage.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Lost Highway. I did not know that he did the original movie of Dune.
I didn't know that either.
And, of course, Twin Peaks.
Right.
The TV
Which, by
show.
the way, and Steven Spielberg had something nice to say. He's like, the world's going to miss such an original and unique voice. You know who else had something to say? It was the Snoqualmie Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, because of Twin Peaks, right?
They posted yesterday on Facebook a massive thank you to the legendary David Lynch for putting Snoqualmie Valley on the map in his iconic work. He did things his way, never apologizing, and in doing so, he united a community of diehard Twin Peaks fans who will forever cherish his genius.
Thank you, David, for everything you've given us.
That's, and again, Snoqualmie Valley Chamber of Commerce.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a big help,
Cool.
too.
I heard this news story driving over here today, Curt. I didn't hear the first part of it. I just heard that these big names were going to be at a concert. I'm like, what?
And it is big. They're calling this FireAid, and it's going to be a fundraiser for the victims of the LA fires.
It's modern day Farm Aid.
Right.
Really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or We Are the World. Was that We Are the World?
Any of those.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Just like that, yes. But here, I mean, you talk about big names. So this is for FireAid to help raise money. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas, Gracie Abrams, Green Day, Gwen Stefani, your favorite Jelly Roll.
I love Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll's going to be there.
Joni Mitchell's, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Pink, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rod Stewart, Sting.
Steven Stills from Crosby, Stills & Nash, Stevie Nicks, and Tate McRae. And
that's a mega lineup.
Dave Matthews and John Mayer will perform together for the first time. Have you ever seen them on stage together? Maybe they're the same person.
Why is that a big deal?
I don't know. It just simply is. And then is this a...
and one more act, Earth, Wind, and Fire, too?
They were saying that might not be the most appropriate name for a band that's helping out with FireAid, but...
They're still a very
Those
well-known
people
band that are willing to help, and they will draw attention.
Absolutely.
It
More
brings
acts.
a different audience in, for sure.
Special guests are going to be announced leading up to the show. It'll be scheduled for January 30th at the Intuit Dome and the Forum. And there'll be a telethon to go along with it on TV, so you can watch along, and I'm sure... feel free to help out and donate as much as you want.
That's the whole point that why they're doing it.
They could
right?
use the help, certainly.
I wonder if they're going to do like a special song like We Are the World. I hope they do. Like where all of those people got together. That would be so awesome. It's Customer Service Day. Here's how to get your next issue solved. This is just a few tips of interacting with this customer service representative. That's all.
And you know what? I do have something to say when you're done with this. Here's 4 tips for making your next interaction with customer service a good one.
Resist the urge to DM. Calling or sending an email has a better chance of being seen and responded to.
So when that little thing pops up saying, "Can I help you? I'm your virtual assistant." It's like, Click.
Come prepared, have as much information lined up as possible in order to,
Like
get
your
whatever
order
you
number
need.
and stuff like that.
Whatever, or your insurance card or whatever you're calling about.
Here's a big one. Try your best to stay calm because things can get heated. You're frustrated. You're calling for your service thing, but it's never the fault of the person you're talking to.
I do sometimes say that. Like, I know it's not your fault, but I'm feeling very, very frustrated about this process.
I do that as well because I don't want them to feel bad.
Yeah, I'm like, but you're the person on the phone and I have to express my frustration with this whole thing.
And the final thing.
Be nice.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
If there's a secret code to getting someone to do something you want, start by being nice to them. You're much more likely to get your way. Endo story.
Kill them with kindness. Mm-hmm. This is disgusting.
Well,
I'm just going to say.
That's your opinion.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what other people have to say about this. Do you think it's good?
No, I think it's disgusting as well.
All right.
Progresso, soup company, Progresso, you know them. They have branched out a little bit. They are now selling cough drops that are flavored like
chicken noodle soup.
Well, it's National Soup Month. You missed that. We missed that. Progresso just debuted a new chicken noodle soup flavored cough drops. They're called soup drops, but they're not medicated in any way. So they're technically.
Come on, then. You can't call them cough drops then. That's hard candy that's flavored with soup.
They're technically marketed as soup flavored candy, which is somehow.
Oh, they are okay.
Not making it any better. They announced them yesterday and they sold out immediately.
What?
Right. You get 20 soup drops for $2.50 plus $1 shipping.
They're calling soup drops?
Soup drops. You can also get a can of actual chicken noodle soup with it. Now, to me, if I'm sick, right? I've already been having a bunch of chicken noodle soup. The last thing I want is in the cough drop, which could be a nice cherry or fruit flavor. It's like, oh, here's more chicken noodle soup. Oh, and by the way, this has no medical,
You can't call them a cough drop. So soup drop, that's okay.
Yeah, but if you're in a hurry for lunch and you don't have time to eat a bowl of soup.
Gross. I'm yucking anyone's yum that says yummy to that.
All right.
Okay.
Dream jobs. Dream jobs. What's
dream
your dream
jobs
job?
in America.
Oh, we had our dream jobs. We were on the radio.
My dream job for so long, even when I was in school, was to be a correspondent or an anchor for Entertainment Tonight.
You want to take over for Mary Hart?
Yeah.
Boy, I just dated myself.
Yes, you did.
Is she still on there even?
I don't know. I don't watch it anymore.
Is it even around? Okay. Well, that was a nice aspiration.
What was yours?
You ended up on the radio. I kind of fell into radio because I thought I was in college and I thought, hey, you know what? We've got a crappy band together. If I get on the college radio station, we can play our songs on the radio.
Was your dream job to be like a big band, like a rock star?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't pan out. So next best thing is playing music from other people.
And now on a podcast.
So this is research. They found out what the top dream jobs not only here in America, but also worldwide.
Oh, it's worldwide.
By looking at targeted online search results. Like
okay.
How to be a blank. So there you go. Apparently, let's go with the top worldwide jobs first, right?
Well, okay. Do we say this? Like the top dream job worldwide is a pilot. Mm-hmm. The top dream job in America
is flight attendant.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't know if you wanted to say that.
Why?
Are we not like you don't want to be the pilot, you want to be the flight attendant? That's okay.
I don't disagree. So
top worldwide jobs.
Pilot. Number 2 is attorney. Great.
Police officer is number 3.
Fantastic.
Pharmacist, nurse.
Number 5. Physical therapist is on there. Midwife is number 7. So this must be
that. That must be held very high in other places, which I know it is.
Okay. Prosecutor, isn't that the same as attorney, give or take?
Kind of.
Actor and judge was number 10. Juge, number 10.
Judge. And just a couple others are doctor, YouTuber was on the list at 13.
That would not have even been a job option when I was growing up.
I'm surprised that firefighter is 16 on the list. Mm-hmm. Way down farther than a police officer.
And flight attendant is 17 on the list worldwide.
Yeah.
Dream jobs. So in America, it's the number 1 dream job.
Curt, I thought that you would like this. In Canada, Australia, and India, the number 1 dream job is DJ. And we were living the dream for a hot second.
Well, there is that, but I think today
second.
people think DJs as they used to do to me when I was at clubs, a wicka wicka, that kind of.
Oh, that's probably what they mean, though. Actually, right?
Because a lot of these DJs are also great producers.
We were living the dream. That's a different kind of DJ.
Attorney is number 1 in Mexico and virtually everyone in Central and South America. I guess they need more attorneys. And YouTuber is the top in England and Scotland of dream jobs.
But in Bulgaria. The dream job is a
driver.
taxi driver. All right.
Okay.
Here is where I tell you, are you playing a little music?
Just for you.
I found out I'm in the 1% of something in America.
I'm probably into 1% of some things too, although I'm sure I don't know
What they are right now?
Or want to. But
I
this
just
is for
discovered
Jen.
today. Yeah.
You can fall asleep quickly, and this
So
was
quick.
only 1% of Americans can fall asleep in under a minute. I am not one of those people.
Now, it's not every single night, but almost every night. Like, I turn out the light, I hit the pillow, and I am asleep.
And you are quite rude whenever we're driving someplace together for an event.
That's true, too, in the car.
You're like, I'm going to sleep now. I was like, no, you're not.
My boyfriend, Pat, would say the same thing. Like, he's driving.
You gotta at least stay awake.
Mid-sentence. We might even be mid-conversation, and I fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. And you snore, but that's okay. So 8,000 people were asked, how long does it typically take you to fall asleep? The most common answer was 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes, and up to 20 minutes was a close second. And, I've complained before about, being able to slow down your brain, and I have a challenge with that.
Yeah.
So I'm probably at the 20 minutes or so. But 1% of people, Jen, said they can fall asleep in under 60 seconds.
That's me. And I'm not a narcoleptic.
That's awesome, though. I mean, not only that, but it's awesome that you can fall asleep that quickly.
6% of people say it normally takes over an hour to fall asleep. I can't even believe that.
Have you ever had a night like that? It's painful.
It is painful. Of course, I think we've all had nights like that, and it is terrible.
So they're saying, of course, just a little tip. You probably know this already, but just to wrap this up, you're supposed to avoid screens at least an hour before bed, but almost no one is doing it.
No one. No one's doing that.
I actually read yesterday.
I shouldn't say no one. Very few people that I know do that.
I think I read yesterday that if you put yourself in time to go to sleep mode, it only takes 10 minutes for your brain to say, okay. And this is before you hit the bed. It's like, okay, I'm winding down for the day.
Well, that's the whole thing about sleep hygiene is having a nighttime routine. So when you start flossing and brushing your teeth, or if you take a shower at night, or whatever that routine is, right? That's when your brain starts, oh, okay, all right, we're going to bed soon.
You told me I had to have a nighttime routine to use moisturizer.
Well, that's part of it, Curt Cruz. That's part of the, you start rubbing some yummy stuff on your face and.
Ugh. All right.
Okay.
Our question of the day from yesterday, we love this one. The silliest way that you've injured yourself. And Jen, you didn't mention it yesterday, but you said you were going to share today.
Okay, so
the silliest way, goofiest way.
I was married to Dwayne, as you know. He is a SWAT team member for Seattle.
Yeah.
So he's super studly, right? Mm-hmm. And we're at his niece's birthday party at one of those inflatable places.
Okay.
And there's those big obstacle courses, right? Where two people can race. And I'm like, I can totally beat you on this for sure.
It's just like in a backyard. So when you put this together?
It's in one of those buildings, the big warehouse.
Oh, you went to that. Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
So we go to race, and I don't even know, not even halfway through it, I catch my foot in one of the creases in one of the inflatable parts, and I totally twisted, and I busted my ankle up.
You bit it.
Yeah, I did not win the race.
Did your husband point and laugh?
No, he was like,
Did he ask if
we
you're
need
okay
to get
first?
you to Dr. Toe, who is his friend.
It's Dr. Toe?
We call him Dr. Toe. His name's Joe Hall, but we call him Dr. Toe.
Is he a podiatrist?
Yes.
So he works on...
And he put me in a boot for a very long time.
I remember that, I think. All right.
Yeah. Okay, that was mine.
Oh, mine was... I mean, there's so many. I don't even
Sledding?
understand. I sledded into a tree when I was 8 and ruptured my spleen. More recently, I climbed up on a metal ladder in the rain in flip-flops to change the camera.
Come on.
That ended up with a concussion. That was just like 2 years ago.
Jeez.
So clearly I've not learned anything from my youth. So you shared the silliest ways you've injured yourself. Thank you. Starting with Jennifer breaking my arm, climbing the fence next to the gate to spy on my sister.
That serves you right, Jennifer. Susie said I was playing Dallas Cowboys cheerleader while enjoying my new huge TV. I did the kick line choreography and pulled a tendon. Mild injury to my tendon, huge injury to my ego.
Thank you, Susie. That's Susie,
awesome.
Susie the groomer, by the way. She used to groom our dogs. Karen says, I was in the shower washing my hair, turned around, felt a pop in my knee, and ended up tearing my ACL. That's the kind of stuff that happens as you age. You're like, how did I possibly do that?
Yes.
I had a friend that injured their back picking up their phone. They reached for the phone and picked it up, and something went,
Jody Lynn, another shower story. I bent over, picked up the shampoo bottle, and dislocated my rib in my back. Oh my God. And Eric said tree branch and eyeball equals puncture. I juice leaking, 7 stitches, and foggy mirror vision.
So far, I don't know if Eric
God.
is the winner or biggest loser on this one, but that's pretty bad.
Maryland in the 80s, I was showing my neighbors how I moonwalk and hurt my knee.
So you were showing your neighbors how not to moonwalk, basically. Rhonda. Broke my ankle getting out of bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Had to get a plate and 6 screws with second surgery to remove them 5 months later.
My friend Miriam got out of bed and was walking to the bathroom, and she hurt herself similarly too. Like she was down for the count for a while.
Yep.
Janelle, opening a car door, not all the way, and bumped my face on the car door and ended up having to go to the ER, and I got stitches that was done with glue.
Because she injured herself at the car door, can I jump in with one more of mine?
Yes.
This is not the way to close your car door. I had, let me see, what was it?
It's making me cringe.
I had a big pile of stuff in my right arm. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm carrying things like a big...
Yes.
And I had the keys in my left hand.
Yeah.
I reached across my body to close the door, and my left hand got smunched in the door.
No.
It was bad. It was dumb for being lazy and not just doing it the right way. But so, yeah, I feel for you with the car door. Michael, when I was a kid, I stapled 2 fingers together.
Oh, my God. Heather, standing on a fire hydrant, slipped and fell straight down on my behind and broke my back.
Even backbone.
Tailbone.
Yeah. Still, when you're okay, I'm going to ask why were you standing on a fire hydrant, but okay.
Well, I mean, there must have been a fun thing.
Brent said last week, sneezed too hard, pulled an abdominal muscle.
You know what? Randy also threw his back out sneezing.
Sneezing is dangerous.
Laurel said she was getting ready for a garage sale in her garage and fell on a box and ruptured her spleen.
Hey, spleenless people, that's me. Dorothy, this is just in September, tripped over a hose at Fernwood, fell forward into the building. So I thought it was going to be like lost teeth.
Fernwood is an elementary school in Bothell, by the way.
Hit my elbow on the bricks and had my first surgery. Now I have a 9-centimeter screw in my elbow.
Oh, my God, Dorothy. I'm so sorry. She's a teacher there.
Mm-hmm. How about Amanda? This is kind of a long one. Night skiing at Stevens Pass. Oh, we got to describe it perfectly. My ski came off a few feet from exiting the lift. We've all been, any skier, you got off the lift. It's challenging sometimes. So the ski came off just before exiting the lift, landed in the netting just at the ramp. So the chairlift operator stopped the lift and allowed me to grab my ski out of the net. Okay. Apparently, it says, they thought I was out of the way and turned the lift back on.
I got hit. Oh,
beamed in the head, knocked out, went back down the ramp, flat on my back and backwards.
Okay, Sonia, broke my nose running through a haunted house with my friends, but I got a new nose.
That would be you running through the haunted house.
Yeah, I don't
Jenny
like them.
Walked into a light switch. 5 stitches in the forehead, a light switch.
5 stitches in the forehead, a light switch.
I guess the light switch was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Janelle, is this your friend Janelle?
Opening a car door, but not all the way. And we already did that one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then Taylor.
Play fighting with my husband and being too sassy and slapped my hand on the counter and caught the edge of it and broke my middle finger knuckle.
I wonder how many, if they had to do an actual ratio at the emergency room, how many ER visits were from people doing something kind of,
I don't know.
Not the smartest.
A lot of those
That's what
ER visits.
is for,
yes.
You may as well just walk in saying, I was doing something stupid.
Yep. Yeah, true story.
Let us know. We want to hear the silliest ways that you've injured yourself.
My children, who are about to be 21 and 15, will be very excited about this story.
Yeah.
Nintendo gives its first sneak peek at the new version of the Switch 2. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, they showed a first look. Did you see the picture of it by any chance?
I don't even know what the Switch 1 is. Was that the little? It's
a little thing? It's a little handheld thing. Yeah.
I thought that was called a Game Boy. That's really going back.
Yes,
I know what the Switch is. Okay, go ahead.
It's gonna come out on April. Oh, I had that in there. The date. Where did it go? April something. April 2nd. They're gonna fully reveal the Switch 2, but it's a larger screen, bigger controllers, but it looks sleeker and small. I mean, I don't know. It looks freaking awesome.
Right.
Let's see. The bigger controllers, which will connect to the console's ports magnetically instead of sliding in mechanically, like the original model, will be backwards compatible with Switch games. And they're looking to do some exclusive games that will just work on Switch 2.
Okay. So is that going to be the new Mario Kart they're going to have for Switch 2?
Yeah, probably.
This sounds like this is a much better upgrade than the change to the Walmart logo we talked about
yesterday. That is true, Curt Cruz.
This has a lot more going on for it. So look for that April 2nd again when that is going to be out.
I had to put this story in, Curt.
I don't know this story, but share.
A woman went viral on TikTok. Okay. Surprise.
So far, that's nothing new.
After she ordered 5 things from Instacart. Okay, so she ordered 5 things. She ended up with a male shopper, so a male was doing her shopping. And of those 5 items, only one thing was right. So she went off on Instacart and said, you need to add an option where you can request a female shopper specifically, because a woman would have gotten this order right.
That does not sound sexist to me at all. Seriously.
No.
It's like, okay, that just sounds reasonable. It's like, listen, dude. And how many times have I said to Dana, well, just I'm going to the store. I'll pick up. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
because she wanted a chopped Caesar salad. She got a regular Caesar salad, not the chopped kind. She's like, you have to actually look at the label and look at what you're grabbing. But he grabbed the first thing he saw.
Well, you can't blame the guy for hurrying.
He didn't. She ordered a half gallon of milk. She got a quart of milk, and not even the right brand or kind.
Okay, that's legit.
Okay.
So we'll see if that pops up in
I hope so. It was a funny video. I was laughing out loud.
Would you like a female or male shopper? All right. Now, this is not
you
my.
put this in.
All I asked Jen was, I said, hey, look at this I found. Somebody put up here the least licked body parts. Least licked body parts, which seems like, okay, I don't know. But I said, do you want to do it? Yeah, I want to put this
Well,
on
I mean,
here.
you may as well put it in.
Which body parts would be the least licked? All right. And we narrowed this down to just a few of them, but the best response, somebody said the scalp, but I think if you're a bald person or a person that shaves their head and maybe your
Partner would lick your
I'm going to
scalp.
lick your scalp. The back of the knee. I've never heard it called a knee pit, but somebody said that's one of the least licked areas is your knee pit, or the front of the knee for that matter.
Okay. Your tonsils?
You'd have to have a
What?
pretty. Would you have to have like a Gene Simmons long tongue to get to the tonsils?
Elbows? That's a whole thing. Can you lick your elbow?
This is somebody else licking your elbow, and I wonder how much of this is.
This is someone else?
Yeah, I think all of it's someone else. Were you going to lick your own back of your knee?
No, I'm just kidding. I know.
How about least licked areas inside the nostril? Well, of course.
Gross. Why are you sticking your tongue up your partner's
Inside
nose?
the ear was another one.
I mean,
What are people
hopefully they
into?
use Q-tips, which you're not supposed to do. Otherwise, you're going to get a tongue
just
full
wonder
of wax, maybe.
There's probably enough different people in the world with enough different tastes, and everybody's got their something. It's like, oh yeah, I'm really into elbows.
Blech. The nape hairline.
The hairline at the back of the neck.
We're both feeling. Why wouldn't you? Like the neck, you should be licking
Is that
and
an
kissing the
erogenous
neck.
zone?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Well, keep that in mind next time you try to lick. You know what else was on this list that I took off was the inside of your eyelid. It's like, come on. That just sounds dangerous.
That's like, you might get some, what did he say? Eye juice?
Eye juice.
Oh,
He
God.
poked his eye out.
Okay.
All right.
Parents really do have a favorite child. Mm-hmm. I'm my mom's for sure.
Okay, well, who is your favorite child? Ooh.
Oh, I
On the
don't have
spot.
one.
Uh-huh.
How to tell if you're the favorite child?
So there are ways here that you can look back and see when I was being raised.
Do you think that you're the favorite child?
Oh, without a doubt.
Seriously?
Well, I'm the only boy, so right there. No, I'm kidding. I think that in our family, there's three, myself and my sisters Jody and Terry. I think we each showed. I think we were loved equally. You know, we each had our strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, well, tell us how we can tell if we're the favorite.
All right. It turns out here that both mothers and fathers overall tend to favor daughters.
Okay.
So maybe I wasn't the favorite at all.
Maybe not. I don't. Right now, off the top, no, you're not.
I'm losing. Parents favor children who demonstrate responsibility and organization in their daily lives, like completing homework on time and keeping their rooms clean. Of course, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have a child that does that and one that doesn't so much, that might make a difference. Agreeable children are most likely to be favored. These are kids who show cooperation and consideration in family life. Again, that just to me sounds like a good kid.
I mean, I think that if you're showing cooperation and consideration in family life, that's different than being an agreeable person. I was like, a little tinge in my heart was like, oh, so we want kids to be agreeable? No, we want them to speak their minds respectfully. Like if they don't agree with something.
But then you tell them, no, you're wrong, right?
Well, sometimes.
Birth order, it says, as far as favorite children, birth order matters, but not for favoritism. Parents tend to give older siblings more autonomy, like later curfews, more freedom to make decisions. That did not happen with me. I was the firstborn, and I was the one that my mom worried about way, way more than she probably should have.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what was your birth order?
I'm first.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, I think that the second or third child gets more autonomy. Because
Absolutely.
It's like,
they get through the first
we know
one.
you're going to be fine, so
That's
go.
right.
But
They
the first
realize-
one is like, you're so protective.
They find out that you're actually indestructible, and they say, yeah, you guys go do whatever you want.
Go.
Another one, the final thing we have is many aspects of parental favoritism are more subtle than you think, it says. For example, in some cases, parents acknowledge treating one child more favorably, but those children themselves didn't report noticing any differences in treatment.
Okay, there you go.
So that's just being sneaky about it, I guess. All right, Jen, what do you got here?
I just had to put this in because I just think it's so heartwarming. Tim McGraw, you know, the mega country superstar singer,
Right.
will headline the first concert at Field of Dreams. Here's the deal. Tim McGraw is son of Tug McGraw, which you knew right away, and I didn't. Tug McGraw played 19 seasons in Major League Baseball from 65 to 84.
Big name, so yeah.
So this is why this is so awesome. Tim will headline the first ever all-day concert event at the legendary Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa.
Yep.
On August 30th. He's doing it to pay tribute to his father. His birthday was on August 30th. He would have been 81 years old. So I just think that that's so sweet that he's doing that.
I didn't know that has never been a game played at the Field of Dreams field. Oh, this is a concert. Okay.
It's a concert.
First time that there's a concert.
Yeah.
All right, give me a button to push here. No, not that one. There.
Fun Facts Friday. Okay, now you're gonna say this nursery rhyme out loud because you will not believe it. But I did the same thing. In Humpty Dumpty nursery rhyme,
Right.
there's no mention of him being an egg. That's just how he's evolved to look in pop culture.
Because, well, he broke his crown.
Right, but
Which
he was
could have been
never an
anybody.
egg. But he's always, I mean, in every picture I've seen of Humpty Dumpty, he's an egg.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I never considered it wasn't even in the. Maybe it's in verse 2 that we don't know of the Humpty Dumpty
I don't
song.
know.
There are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. So
Which is hard to believe because there are so many stars.
right, but there are 3 trillion trees and about 100 billion stars per estimates. This is just the Milky Way. If you went for all the stars and all the
I
universe,
see. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, just the Milky Way is all.
All right. In a group, okay, you liked this one. I did too. In a group of 23 people, there's a greater than 50% chance of at least 2 people sharing a birthday, and that is called the birthday paradox.
I don't know that I've ever run into anybody that had the same. I mean, that doesn't come
I
up that
have.
often.
You know our coworker Carol Garza?
Yeah.
She and I share a birthday.
Wow. I didn't
There
know
you
you
go.
were that young. I am. There's no federal law banning the creation of fake images of people. So
That's crazy to
they can
me.
make you a fake image.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? This
This was interesting to us, right?
Yeah. At first I was like, is this being rude? And it's like, well, it's a fun fact.
Yeah. Many deaf people with schizophrenia don't hear voices in their head, but some see a pair of disembodied hands signing in their mind.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
If you got, instead of voices, that's all that you know, right?
Yep.
Dalmatians became firehouse dogs in the 1800s because the fire engines were pulled by horses, and Dalmatians got along with the horses better than any other breed.
We were trying to pare down some of our fun facts because we had so many of them today, and I was going
like
to take
that
out
one.
this one. He's like, don't take out that
it's a
one.
doggy
It's
one.
a doggy.
Here you go.
Facebook uses blue.
The color
because,
blue.
Yeah, the color blue because Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind. And, quote, blue is the richest color for me. I can see all of blue, he said.
Wow.
So he used blue as the Facebook logo. That's why.
I wonder how many people go through life for a while not even knowing they're colorblind until somebody points out. Because
Yeah, 'cause how would you
just
know?
think that, yeah.
How would you know?
Maybe we'll hear from a colorblind person. Who will tell
I hope
us.
so, because that is interesting.
Steve Guttenberg, the actor, you know him from the Police Academy movies. Well, he beat out a huge competition to be the star of Police Academy, and this is where the Fun Facts Friday comes in. The other people that tried to get in as the star of Police Academy.
Bruce Willis, Michael Keaton, Tom Hanks, and Judge.
Reinhold.
I don't know who that is. Do I know who that is?
You'd know him from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, okay.
You know the Santa Claus movies. He's the psychiatrist. He's not Tim Allen. He's the husband of. Okay.
Okay, and you told me that Steve Guttenberg was in 3 Men and a Baby.
That's true. He was with 3 Men and a Baby that you found out was directed by Leonard Nimoy.
Right.
Another fun fact I didn't know. And we have another fun fact, although it's not that fun. He, ironically, just popped up.
Steve Guttenberg we're
Steve
talking about.
Guttenberg just popped up on TV not long ago. This was KTLA TV in LA was doing a broadcast. They had a person on location for the fires. They just started talking to this random
person on the street.
that came up to them.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to clear Palisade Drive, and I'm walking up there as far as I can moving cars. But people leave don't take their keys with them as if it's a parking lot. There are families up there. There are pets up there. There are people who really need help.
And that was Steve Gutenberg.
Well, the funny thing is the reporter's like, okay, sir, what's your name? I'm Steve Gutenberg. And he's like, okay. And it didn't even dawn on him. He's like, oh, finally. He's like, oh, now I recognize you.
Yeah.
Like,
but
dude.
That's actually kind of cool that he didn't go all gaga, like,
Yeah.
oh, Steve
Well, no,
Gutenberg.
and I'm not saying that. Anyway,
Right.
a few more buggy fun facts.
Go.
Female cockroaches can reproduce on their own if no male cockroaches are around. I love that.
And I did know this one.
You did?
Yeah, and I would have not got it right because I would have forgotten what they say. What's the most deadly animal on the planet? The deadliest animal on the planet
Is a mosquito.
because of all the illnesses and stuff
that they spread
carry
around. Yeah, they kill nearly 1 million people per year, spreading
Little baby
malaria and other diseases.
mosquitoes. There's your fun facts for Friday.
I love
One of
those.
our favorite times of the week is fun
I
facts
think it's
Friday.
fun.
No, so I did it again. Yes, it is one of our favorite times of the week. All right, so real quick, we got to get through this.
Yeah, weekend plans. We want to go through some of the weekend plans. Movies opening, Curt.
We've got Wolfman with Christopher Abbott and Julie Garner. We've got One of Them Days. That stars Keke Palmer and SZA, the musician, artist, rap type person. And September 5th.
That's a historical thriller that recounts the events of the Munich massacre back in 1972 Summer Olympics.
Exactly. So I would be interested in seeing that one. For sports this weekend,
Excuse
still
me.
a little football left. The NFL divisional round. So tomorrow you can see the Texans against the the Chiefs and the Commanders versus the Lions.
Is this determining who will go into...
This is who will go to the conference championships.
Oh, okay.
And you've also got on Sunday the Rams versus Eagles and Ravens versus Bills. There'll be 4 left over after that. They will go next weekend for the conference championships. And then when they have just 2 left,
That's the Super Bowl, which is on February 9th. Okay, got it.
there you go.
What's happening around the PNW? It's the last weekend of Wild Lanterns at the Woodland Park Zoo. I have to mention this because I wrote the press release about it. Tomorrow, QFC in Redmond, they're kind of doing a pre-funk for the Lunar New Year.
Oh.
The Redmond location, which is on 161st Avenue Northwest, and I say that because there's 2 in Redmond, is having a Lunar New Year celebration from 1 to 3. It's free. They're going to have like the big lion dance, food samples, demos. It kind of gets you ready for the Lunar New Year, which officially kicks off on the 29th, by the way.
You had me at food samples.
I know, right?
Exactly. Tomorrow and Sunday, how about Taste of the Northwest at Campbell's Resort on Lake Chelan? It's just, the ticket's about $93, but that gives you 6 oysters plus 12 tastes of wine, beer, and whiskey with live music. And
That sounds fun. If I wasn't doing anything this weekend, I might ask Pat if we could drive there. It's part of the Winterfest in Chelan, which is a huge celebration. I love this. Tomorrow in Linwood, I call it Linwood because I'm from there.
Right.
You can watch Jet City Roller Derby. I've never seen that.
I have not seen it in person, but it looks like fun
They're doing
to watch.
it.
I don't want to do it. I would end up getting all bruised and beaten up.
This is what I don't understand. In the listing, it said they're playing an exciting game at Edmonds Community College in Seaview Gym in Linwood. So I don't Seaview. Maybe that's just what they call the gym, I guess.
What if it's on the border of Linwood and Edmonds there?
Doors open at 4. Event starts at 5. I think that would be fun. And then monster trucks, and more trucks at the Tacoma Dome tonight through Sunday.
Can you do Sunday?
No, do it.
Sunday.
Big trucks with big wheels making big noise and excitement.
All of the above happening. So
All right,
enjoy the weekend.
real quick, Curt, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to visit my family in Florida again.
You're
because
leaving us.
I say that again like it's a bad thing, but it has been a lot lately. That's been the one benefit, if you will, of being in between gigs,
Yeah.
aka unemployed, is
Yeah.
I've been able to visit my family more. So we're heading to Florida
Tomorrow for the week.
So that means next week we'll see. You always do such a good job of picking guest hosts.
You told me a couple days I need to find guest hosts, so I'm working on that. I do know that one of them will be Cam, our favorite bartender at Crowbars. He
Okay.
is so excited about that.
Awesome. What about you for the weekend? Besides
You
that?
know what? I've got a couple things going on, but the biggest thing is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Ryley, my oldest daughter, is turning 21. I'm going to get teary, like she's turning 21. So on Sunday we're celebrating, and I'm all day long. We're going to go to like Dutch Bros, all our favorite places, and then we're going to end at Crowbar for her first drink.
Wow.
Cam is going to go behind the bar and make a drink for her, which I love. Yeah, he wouldn't
special
normally
drink.
work on Sunday. So
Well,
I love
happy
that.
birthday, Rye. I wish I could be
Yeah.
there. I know I'd be invited if I wasn't out of town.
Of course you would,
You never mentioned it to me at all.
because I knew you were going to be out of town.
All right. How about we get one more thing here for the weekend? A question of the weekend, question of the day.
This is a very fun, lighthearted one. How do you spoil your pet? We were going to reword that to what's the most outrageous thing you have done for your pet.
Right. So either
it's kind
or
of the
would
same
work here.
thing.
Because we can all say we spoil our pets, so I give them a lot of treats. But if you've got something specific,
That's
out
of the ordinary that you do as a pet owner, we want to hear about it. We'll post that on Facebook on Curt and Jen in the morning. We will see you on Monday, even though it's MLK Day and you might have the day off.
Yeah.
We are going to do a podcast.
Heck, yes, we are.
Have a fantastic weekend. Make good choices. Find joy, spread kindness, and find reasons to laugh. Have a good one.